Was 1996 the greatest year in hip hop history? It's your man Jet Ride here, and in the 50 years of hip hop, we've had some great years. I mean, you had 2003 when 50 came out. You had 2004 when Kanye came out. I mean, you had 2008 with Lil Wayne, Young Jeezy, Kanye, and T.I. all dropped classics in the same year. But no year might be more greater than 1996. I mean, Tupac dropped arguably the greatest hip-hop album of all time, All Eyes on Me. A double disc that went gold in the first week. Tupac was on top of the world. California Love, two of America's most wanted. I mean, this man was on fire. But unfortunately, in 1996, we also lost Tupac that year. He was murdered. But even though he was murdered, he was able to drop one more classic. Don Killuminati Machiavelli. This, in my opinion, is the angriest hip-hop album of all time. Greatness in that album. I mean, Against All Odds. The White Man's World. I mean, this masterpiece by Tupac. Tupac was easily the best solo artist of 1996. Two classics in 1 year. Whew. Also in 1996, the debut album of the Marcy Project, Best Style rapper Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. Now at this time, Tupac was the king of rap. Jay-Z wasn't even thought about like that. But Jay-Z still delivered arguably one of his best albums, Reasonable Doubt. I like The Blueprint better, but Reasonable Doubt is one of Jigga's best albums. I mean, The Evils, Politics as Usual, 222s. Jay-Z showed a lot of dominance with his lyrical capabilities. I mean, he showed in the future he was coming. I mean, Jay-Z was a hustler. He made that hustler music. One of his better albums. I'm going to say that's Blueprint is better, and Black Album maybe too. But this one right here was the foundation for Jay-Z. He let us know that he was coming, and he was coming in a hustler fashion. I mean, his lyrics, man, he talked about hustling in a way we never heard before. Jay-Z sound remorseful. You know, a lot of dudes brag about how much drugs they sold, but Jay-Z sounded like he hated that he sold all them drugs. It was a very deep album. Check that one out. Also in 1996, Jay-Z's nemesis, Nas, dropped It Was Written. Now this is one of those albums people forget how good it was. Let me tell you right now. This is one of the better albums of 1996. It Was Written by Nas. Nas, Street Dreams, the original and the remix with R. Kelly. Fire. Nas, his style. I mean, to me at this time, Nas, he also did the song with Lauryn Hill, If I Rule the World. That was Grammy nominated. He probably should have won, honestly. But Nas was showing that he was bigger than just the 18-year-old in the hood with deep poetry rhymes. No, Nas was proven he's one of the greatest, man. Honestly, Nas is right behind Tupac for the best solo artist of 1996, excuse me. Nas really delivered. If I Rule the World, huge hit, still get played to this day. And you know, Nas, he was deep, man. It's something we missing in the game, you know, until Kendrick came out. But Nas is very different, man. Also in 1996, I told you it was classics 96. This is probably the best year ever. Outkast. They dropped AT Aliens. You famously, what Andre 3000 said, the South got something to say. Let me just say this. Outkast was ahead of his time. This cover right here is one of the greatest hip-hop covers of all time. I mean, the artwork. How many rappers do you see nowadays using cartoon artwork of themselves? Outkast. You feel me? Trendsetters, man. Andre 3000. Whoo! On this album. Me and you. Yo, mommy. Yo, South, man. Another underrated album of 1996, Muddy Waters by Redman. Yes, many people declare this album to be a classic. And let me say this about Redman. Eminem has said it. I'm glad Eminem said it. The most influential rapper on Eminem's style is Redman. If you go listen to Redman, you'll be like, okay, I see where Eminem got his style from. I see where Eminem created him from. You feel me? Yo, Muddy Waters is a good album, man. Classic, very highly revered from real hip-hop fans, you know. Redman was one of those rappers that he did a very cartoon type of rap. You feel me? And next, the South was coming. Even though it was in the 90s, the South was coming, man. Master P, Mr. Ice Cream Man. Come on now, y'all. Mr. Ice Cream Man, Mr. Ice Cream Man. Yo, I'ma just tell you like this. Master P was the definition of a down south hustler. Every dude that was in the South, from Florida to Georgia to NO to the New Orleans to the Carolinas to the Bahamas, Master P was the soundtracks to the Texas. Master P was the down south hustler. Mr. Ice Cream Man. You feel me? You would hear that everywhere. You feel me? He united hustler. He brought that down south hustler spirit to the world. Now, I can't be remiss and forget about the Fugees. Now, even though Pac rode on the Fugees, man. Hit above, he got the Fugees. But nonetheless, the Fugees dropped the score in 1996. One of the most prolific hip-hop albums of all time. You know, all of them, the refugees, you know, they all come from immigrant backgrounds. They all had different versatility styles, you know. Very, very, very influential. The Lauryn Hills, Wyclefs, Pras, you know, legendary group, you know. Killing them softly with this. Lauryn was a light. One of the greatest. I would say she's a top 5 female artist of all time. You know, Missy's number 1 to me, but Lauryn is right there. They dropped the score. This was a great album, man. I mean, amazing album. 1996 had to be one of the greatest hip hop years of all time. I mean, the amount of classics.